Kia ora koutou, it's Lockie, Kiwi vegan granddad. I'm going to make a seitan, the ugliest seitan that you ever did see. I'm going to make a couple of snacks with the seitan. Really easy, really quick. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be making a seitan today. It's going to be simmered seitan. Last time I made some seitan, I made sausages which were steamed. If you simmer it in a broth, it tends to be a lot softer and good for other kinds of recipes. This first part is going to be very similar to when I made the sausages. So we probably won't show you every single step, but we're looking at 3 cups of the gluten flour. Into this dry mix we're going to be putting a couple of tablespoons of nutritional yeast. What you put in at this stage is not that important, it's more the consistency of the seitan that you're looking for. I've got some onion and garlic powder, so we'll put a teaspoon each of those in. Put in a generous teaspoon of smoked paprika. Here we've got some mushroom powder. Put a teaspoon of that in. And we'll also put in some chicken stock. Okay, for the wet ingredients, we'll put in a tin of tomatoes. Probably going to need some more water at the end anyway. Soy sauce. Yeah, a little bit of chili sauce, why not? And we'll put in some peanut butter. So into that jar. Well, I know what I didn't put in. Quite important. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. That just helps cut the gluten flavour a little bit. Okay, that's done. Now normally I would recommend for every 3 cups of gluten that you put a cup of something else. So with the steamed sausages I used mushrooms, which were great. On it this time add some chickpeas. So we'll just put them in that bowl and we're just going to mash these. Don't want it so fine as you might have in a blender or food processor. So so I'm just going to stir in those dry ingredients. We'll add in this can of chickpeas that I've just mashed. Now we'll add in the wet ingredients, which is the mainly tomato, but also some other things, flavours. I'll put it all in. Hope for the best. We're probably going to need to add some more water. Because this is going to be simmered, it doesn't need to be quite as spongy as what I did it last time. And that will probably do. If I see any chickpeas, I might see if I can crush them. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a knead now. I want to see those fibres start to form. Got chickpeas flying off everywhere. Now we can see that these fibres are starting to form now. Now I have a large pot. What we want is the broth to have some of the similar flavours to what's in the seitan. I could just boil it in water, but then it would probably lose some of its flavouring. It's likely to lose some of its flavouring anyway, but okay, so I have some of that chicken stock, onion and garlic powder. Ah yes, why not some of this? It's about a tablespoon. Four cups. 6 cups. 8 cups. So we'll bring this to the boil and we'll let this rest while that is happening. I'm just going to use my stove over there. I'm going to simmer it for 3/4 of an hour to an hour. And by that stage that will be really well cooked, but the simmering is going to be at the lowest possible temperature, so it's just ticking over, no more. Okay, the the broth is now simmering, so we're going to cut this up into pieces. Okay, so we'll put it back on the stove at very low simmer. So it's just ticking over, not boiling vigorously. The seitan, we will grab the seitan from the stove. Okay. Now this is super soft. And what we'll do is put it on the tray, let it cool down, and we'll put it into the fridge where it should harden up quite a bit. Well, as you can see, there's quite a bit of this seitan. It's certainly not the prettiest, but you've got enough here for, depending on how many people, 2 or 3 meals, maybe more. Okay, so it is ugly, there's no doubt about it, but it is nice and soft, and it's going to make really nice dishes. What we're going to do first is just frying some strips. So we will just cut some strips. So what's that, about 1/4 inch or maybe a centimetre or slightly less. Okay, that'll do for now. So what can you flavour this with? You could just use some curry powder if you wanted to. I've sometimes used a harissa powder. It's quite spicy but nice. Today we're going to use a Louisiana Cajun rub, but essentially anything that you might flavour vegetables with. Right, let's get cooking. Okay, hopefully that's hot enough. And we're just going to fry these. Doesn't take very long at all. And this can be used in a sandwich. It could be used as part of a main dish, just a snack of some kind, however you want to use it. It's hot. So what I'm going to be making now is some sausage rolls. These sausage rolls, I guess, are a traditional New Zealand food, no doubt made in lots of other countries as well. But of course normally with sausage meat. I'm going to be using the seitan, and what we're going to do is, as much as we can, chop it into thin little strips. The meat inside of a sausage roll should be soft, easy to bite into. Is that going to be enough? Maybe not. We have a just a barbecue sauce. You can make your own barbecue sauce, but I've just bought some. And we'll just coat that in the sauce. Got a sheet of vegan pastry. Which we're going to cut roughly down the middle. So we're ready to assemble it. We'll just wet the edge of it. And we will put this into the sausage roll as evenly as we can, of course, without overfilling it, which I sometimes do. Pastry is defrosted enough. Bring it in like that. And then roll it. And there we have one lot. And for the wash, we'll just have the equal amount of plant milk and maple syrup. So out of one standard sheet of pastry, you should get 8 sausage rolls. And this is going to go into the oven until the pastry is cooked and brown. So it really depends on your oven. Normally I would make more. It might be me having to eat all of this, so not a good idea. I take these to parties. They generally are pretty popular. But mind you, anything wrapped in pastry is going to be popular, isn't it? Okay, I have the oven set at 180 degrees centigrade Celsius, and we're going to bung these in now. And let them cook, and we'll see you then. These took about 20 minutes in the oven. A great little snack, and best eaten with a little bit of tomato sauce. Hot, hot. Really great. Now I always finish with he kupu Māori, a few Māori words related to food. And today we're going to be doing a ki waha, or saying, kua puta a pito. Kua puta a pito. The pito is the tummy button, and it means my tummy button has popped out. So it's what you say when you've really had a lot to eat. Kua puta a pito. Kia ora. Don't forget to watch some of my other videos. Ngā mihi.